Okay, good morning viewers, and welcome to Talk Talk One Time HJ. Talk Talk One Time me, ah. Alright, and also welcome to Papua New Guinea, the land of the unexpected and a paradise home. Land and seas to 1,000 tribes and 800 different languages. We are the land of diversity, and we are united in diversity. Now, the purpose of this video, I would like to speak about my country, about my motherland, about the land that I love, and the land that I was born and bred in, and that is Papua New Guinea. This is la country and mama ground ya. Yumi pulim susu lo mama, yumi born pundown kirap inside of this la country. We are Papua New Guineans, and we are proud to be Papua New Guineans, and we raise our black and gold, red, black and gold flag blomibla with pride. And in this land, in this country, many things are going good. At the same time, there are many things not going well. We are faced with many issues, many challenges, and we have no one else to blame but ourselves. We, the people of this country, are our own worst enemies. Now let's get something straight. This country is called Papua New Guinea. This country is not called Taripori or Nipakutubu or Kavieng or Aroma or Sipiko, wherever else, whatever else. Those places, those are small pockets of Papua New Guinea. They are not Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea and this country is bigger than any small component or any small area or any small district or province or parts that make up this great nation. And therefore, no small component or Wampla-Lilik tribe or Wampla-Lilik place will assume entitlement over the entire nation and its resources and vast seas and its peoples and the land. And you cannot be bullies. You cannot run this nation as a taka shop or as a little family business. This nation and its blessings belong to the however million people there are citizens and that are people of this country. There are, you mean almost 10 million plus now or something, whatever the data is. Recently, we had the PNGDF recruitment saga. People are trying to what? Tribalize or regionalize the defense force. This la defense force am no blonde tribe, am no blonde region, am no blonde province. It belongs to the 10 million plus people of this nation. Am no aus tumunablu. Em no aus man blue. Papua New Guinea Defense Force em aus man blue country. Ino aus man blue place kanaka blue 1 bla man, 2 bla man, 3 bla man. Em no institution blue 1 bla place kanaka. The institution belongs to the 10 million plus people of this great nation. And this nation, we are blessed with so much resources. Yet we are beggars on the global stage, international front. We are rich and yet we beg. We beg for donor funding. We go to all these international forums and conferences and we beg. How can a rich man go out and beg when you have the rich envelope at your disposal and we are going out there into the international community and begging? That is shameful. How can a rich man go out begging? Now we hear of war in the Middle East and whatever not. And it's impacting and it's having an impact and adverse effect on us. Why? After 50 years of independence, why are we not self-sufficient? When we have all the resources at our disposal. Why aren't we self-sufficient? We call ourselves an independent sovereign state. Yet we continue to act like beggar boys and beggar girls out there. This cannot go on for the next 50 years. We cannot continue to beg around the place. We say our nation is rich. It's an island floating on oil and rich in gold and copper and whatever else. Forestry and fisheries, tuna stocks. Yet we are begging for donor funding and begging for aid and running to IMF and ADB and all these agencies for loans. Why are we even borrowing? Why aren't we self-sufficient after 50 years of independence? We are not poor. What we have is a management problem, leadership crisis. Our resources are being mismanaged, are being sold off for 30 pieces of silver. We have a lot of Judas in the system, betrayers. People who can stand in front on podiums and quote the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, and yet are thieves behind the scenes, behind the curtains, are wolves in sheep clothing. And that has to stop. That nonsense has to stop. You are selling away the future of our children and the next generation. You are burdening the future with this burden and the loans that you are acquiring. Our debt, our national debt is, I don't know, tripled or quadrupled under the current regime. But what do the economic indicators show? You can do your black and white paperwork, but what is the feeling on the ground? What is the tangible outcome on the ground? Are people actually feeling the change? Are they seeing the change? Is the standard of living in this country improving or regressing? Where are we going to go in the next 50 years? What's the roadmap? Now we have this new PNG Reset 50. Is it aligned to PNG Vision 2050 and the medium-term development plans? You know, we can have all the expensive and polished plans, But if they are not being implemented, we will not see the results at the end of the day, and we will not achieve the Vision 2050. We can have all the colorful documents, all the so-called launching programs and groundbreaking ceremonies, but if the implementation is lacking and there is no enforcement of the laws that are being passed, then we are bloody wasting our time. Because we are not taking this nation forward, but we are bloody on the road to self-destruction, implosion. We will implode because we are killing this country from within. People who are supposed to be guardians of this nation and its land and resources are the very ones selling it away. And that idiocy must stop. And we must begin to learn to say no. The buck stops with you and the buck stops with me. You must now kirap na to, enough is enough. Because if we don't say it, if we don't do something, who else will do it? Because you and I will suffer the consequences. Our children will suffer the consequences. All tumunable will suffer the consequences, and the future will pay for the stupid decisions of today. The future will suffer the decisions that are being made today and the actions that are being made today. The future will suffer as a consequence. So we must put our minds, our thoughts, our resources together and put an end to this nonsense. Recently, Parliament passed the Vagrancy Act. The Vagrancy Act is not a long-term solution. It's a band-aid fix. What is the root cause problem? Why is service delivery not going into the rural areas? Why have we concentrated everything in Waigani? Drain that swamp! Drain that Waigani swamp! Why is everyone concentrated in Waigani? Is Papua New Guinea Waigani? No! Papua New Guinea is not concentrated around Waigani government offices. Papua New Guinea is out there. Papua New Guinea is crying and yearning for service delivery and for development, and yet we are concentrating all the billions of kina and bloody nonsense in Waigani. With all your fake proposals and kaikaiman briefcase carriers benefiting from what is supposed to be going down, trickling down to the simple villager out there. And that bullshit must stop. We need an efficient public delivery, public machinery that will deliver this service to the village, to the villager out there. Why are we concentrated on Waigani? Papua New Guinea is not Waigani. There is a bloody inefficient, ineffective system. You forming all your committees and sitting in hotels and conference rooms and talking about reform. We are not feeling it and seeing it on the ground. Get out of the hotels. Get out of the conference rooms. Wasting your time. How much the years you blow conference and meeting after meeting and proposal after proposal and reform after reform and policy after policy, and there is no impact on the ground level, ground zero. You are only enriching yourselves and your cronies. The people are not feeling and seeing the impact of this change you're talking about. Now we are on the eve of the next national general election, and we are seeing projects popping up left, right, center. We are seeing ribbon cutting here and there. Where were you? Close to election now, you like I'm bullshit. Now MC Sendo Kai now, or Kai man who loading briefcase door now, ready for next year election. You bullshit con artists. You wasting the people's time. Bloody con men, con women. You bloody draining the public purse. You're enriching yourselves off the public purse while the public themselves are suffering and struggling to make ends meet. While you are enriching yourselves and living in luxury places like Tokuba Hill and inexpensive hotels, and people in the remote areas are dying of curable diseases. And then you expect people like China Aid to bring in the medical shipment. Our ordinary people are crowding to receive services that they should be receiving at their doorsteps. Why aren't aid posts functioning in the rural areas? Why aren't clinics, medical clinics functioning in even the suburbs? Why do you have to overload Pomgen in the nation's capital? These services should be delivered to the people at the doorsteps in the sub-district level and the provincial level. Why are we making people come to the capital city or go to the capital city or go overseas for these services? Why can't it be offered in country? Why are we making our innocent, everyday people beg to go and sort medical treatment overseas? Why aren't we bringing that service home to the doorsteps of our people, making it convenient and available for them? Well, you wouldn't know this because you are living a higher life. You have the perks and privileges. You are able to go overseas and receive medical treatment. What about the people who voted for you? What about the ordinary Papuninin? What about them? What about me? What about us? You selfish mongrels. All you care about is your own pockets. And that is what is driving this country backwards. Mob rule is taking us nowhere. Greed, selfishness is driving this country to the ground. Because you are collecting 1, 2, 3 wives. You're being promiscuous while the people are suffering. So you thinking bell blue you yet? You hungry man, hungry marina, you lose thinking of people out there. The people who deserve to benefit from the public coffers, from the public purse, are instead being cursed. Because of poor decisions at the top and mismanagement by those in power and even those in the public service machinery who are supposed to be delivering services, are busy enriching themselves and profiting from corrupt deals while the people out there are suffering. And that has to stop. Enough. Enough is enough. Because this country, remember, this country is called Papua New Guinea. Emino Taripori, Emino Nipa Kutubu. Emino Sundown, Emino Isipik, Emino West Sipik, Emino Poponeta, Emino Kavieng, Emino Aroma, Emino Anuabara. This country is not called Anuabara or Mendio, South or East or West. This country is called Papua New Guinea, and it belongs to the 10 million plus people of this nation, and therefore everyone should be benefiting. Equal distribution of wealth. And this the preambles of the constitution or whatever. What is happening to equal distribution of wealth? Aren't we empowering our people, or are we enriching our own tribes and our own family and our own whatever? Nonsense and bullshit. Building our own little families, becoming polygamous and all this nonsense, and forgetting why we are in there in the first place. This la long yeah. Stop him now. Arim. Why are only few people benefiting from the resources of this country when this country belongs to the 10 million people plus of this nation? Huh? That is why Bougainville is fed up. They're pulling away from this nonsense. In fact, Bougainville's fight goes way before Papua New Guinea independence. They declared their self-declaration before Papua New Guinea gained independence, because their forefathers had this foresight that Papua New Guinea was going to become a fragile state because of people's attitudes, selfish attitudes, primitive tribalism, way of thinking and way of carrying out business, one-talk system, nepotism. All these things are driving this nation backwards instead of forwards. We're not selecting contractors and appointing people based on merit. We are appointing them just because they are buddies, just because they are one-talks. That's why we're not getting quality outcomes. Because you pump garbage in, you don't expect a quality result, right? Garbage in produces garbage out. And that has to stop. You say, oh, we must become like Singapore and Australia and all these nations. Well, if you want to become like them, then do what they did. They did not practice corruption to get to where they are. They built quality systems, effective processes for effective outcomes, for efficient outcomes. That is what got them to where they are. And you want to model them, but then you're doing the opposite. You say one thing, but you act the opposite. There is hypocrisy. There is hypocritical. You preach one thing, but you do another thing. You do the total opposite. This is something, and that nonsense has to stop. Enough is enough. You talk about take back PNG. Taking it back from who? From what? Why not you start to taking back PNG from greed, selfishness, mob rule, corruption? Take back PNG from that. Take back PNG from that bullshit. Now you talk about reset. Reset from what? Huh? Okay, better reset from our own stupidity. Let's do a total reset. Reform the public service machinery so that it produces better results and an efficient and effective public machinery that implements and is not out there collecting pay and collecting and commissions of inquiry and whatever not are collecting dust. Empower our watchdogs and our legal institution to have teeth. Like, look at the Ombudsman Commission. It's a barking dog with no teeth. And we passed ICAC only to what? Protect ourselves? Only to show that we are fighting corruption when actually behind the scenes we are not? What is ICAC doing? Is it for decoration? Is it just to tick a box? ICAC hablo anem, blabilas. One kind high level prosecution as ICAC brought to the table. Where are the results? What has been retrieved that has been stolen from the public purse? Proceeds of crime act and all of this. What have we retrieved? Huh? What have we retrieved that has been stolen from the public purse? Now plenty kay man na briefcase kira pull up stuff, yeah? Feeding off the public coffers. Hey, the people of this nation will one day rise up. We are already rising up. We are sick and tired. We are fed up. We are fed up of sitting back and watching corrupt deals being paraded in broad daylight while the ordinary people like us are suffering, are feeling the brunt of inflation in the economy. We are struggling while a few are enriching themselves from the public coffers. Idiots! You deserve to rot in Bomana. You do not deserve to be parading yourselves in suits in Waigani swamp. Hey, Waigani is not Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea is out there. We are out here. Alright, Waigani is not Papua New Guinea. Drain that Waigani swamp. Our people need to see the government delivering service at their doorstep. Why are all our rural substations and our outstations no longer functioning? We used to have LLG managers and all Didiman, now all agriculture and health extension officers out there in the rural substations. Why have they all been pulled back? Huh? Why is there no service out there in the rural substations? Why is agriculture not functioning out there in the rural substations? Why aren't there any buying points out there? Why aren't we creating avenues for people to export directly from their doorstep? Come on, people. We need to empower people and we need to progress our nation, not drive it towards self-destruction. Pull up our success now.